Hello and welcome back to BannerKings, and we're here on a very familiar site, and for some of you this is the site of a nightmare, but yeah, for most of us it's actually just a normal thing. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're just going to sell all of our iron ore, or as much iron ore as we can handle really, and then we're going to sell our crude fur. Obviously there is going to be huge depreciation of the price, and as you might expect, they just ran out of cash. Yeah, they just ran out of cash, which is very annoying, actually. Very, very annoying. Anyway, there's a tournament. There's a tournament going on, and we haven't done a tournament in quite some time, and so I wouldn't mind actually just seeing how our combat skills have gotten better. This helmet is absolutely terrible, by the way, as you can quite clearly see. This helmet is 50. Yeah, you heard that right. 50 head armor worse than what we're currently wearing. And I purchased my helmet for, what was it, like 4,000 or something like that? And not even that expensive. So anyway, let's see if we can do some damage here. Obviously, oh, that guy literally had no idea what was, oh, that guy had no idea what was going on. Okay, well, what? Why am I killing everyone? I have no idea. This is very interesting to me. This doesn't usually happen to me, as you might expect. I'm very surprised, but we should be fine, as long as I can continue to deal damage, because you never know, we're probably going to be in a situation where I'm going to be outnumbered in just a moment, so yeah, the blue team is doing a fantastic job. Oh yeah, I'm killing the only guy that is probably going to be helping us. Nice, nice, that is what we like. Okay, can we do more? Can we do more than that? That's the question. No. It doesn't seem like it. This is actually a lance. I should probably be doing a little bit more with this. I don't want the blue team to go through, so I'm going to try to focus. Yeah, there we go. Thank you very much. Because Saranos was actually on the blue team, and he's a noble, and obviously I do not want to be fighting a noble. Oh, he didn't block. He didn't block, and that is all she wrote. I mean, he blocked in the wrong direction, because I was obviously going for the, you know, normal thrust and not the overhead thrust. So that made a huge difference. Okay, so here we go. We've got a wonderful, wonderful fellow here. Okay, yeah, he's going to be maybe a little bit annoying, actually. Oh, no, we're good, we're good. I actually have good one-handed skill. Yeah, oh, hello. Okay, yeah. Okay, so there's one thing that I've actually noticed over the course of playing in the series so far. When it comes to your overall ability to level up skills, it feels to me like you actually need to just defend. I know that sounds super weird, but it feels like defending actually provides you with more skill benefit than actually attacking. I'm not sure if that's actually the case, but it feels like that. Because whenever I block, I always seem to gain some kind of skill point or something like that, especially in athletics. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, but as you can see, my one-handed skill is absolutely carrying us to victory right now. Let's go for the... Oh, well, never mind. I was like, let's go for the thrust against the face. And he was like, yeah, no, actually, you're out of range, sir. And I was like, yes. Bit of a bit of an awkward situation right there. Okay, this guy's going to be maybe a little bit difficult. I'm trying to bait him into just, you know, basically defending on one side, so it's a little bit easier for me to... There we go. A little bit easier for me to do that. And there you go. That was a very swift and actually very remarkably easy victory in the tournament. I'm surprised. I don't understand how all of a sudden we're really, really good at doing the tournaments, when before we were having huge issues. I don't actually know. Anyway, I can sell my prisoners right here, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Unfortunately, we do gain very small amounts of skill points in roguery for selling the prisoners. I wish it was a little bit more, but unfortunately that is not the case. So we're just going to have to make do with what we got here. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make a brief stopover in some of these territories here, because I'm pretty sure we can get some decent-ish units here. Yeah, I really wish the mouse wheel would not actually work on these things here, but I understand the reasoning for it, because obviously there's huge amounts of other people that you can actually recruit from these villages, and you kind of maybe want to see that. I don't know. For me personally, I'm just going to recruit everyone, but maybe for those of us that don't want to do that, then, you know, it's absolutely fine. But yeah, I'm mostly just looking for a very specific thing at the moment, and unfortunately I'm not finding it. I want to find noble troops, you see. I want to find noble troops as much as possible. Unfortunately, these are not noble troops, as you can tell. So I would like to get those, though, as soon as possible, because if we can actually start getting noble troops and then start leveling them up, these guys are going to be absolutely pointless for me to buy things from, but I'm going to buy silver ore from them, and then we're going to just move on. There is no real reason to stick around otherwise. And yeah, but if we can get noble troops and we can actually level them up, everything is going to be so silky smooth. It's going to be really, really nice. We're actually going to be able to win battles against vassals just by showing up, basically. Just by showing up, and it's going to be so nice. Yeah, the main problem with the scroll wheel, as you can quite clearly tell, is that you have to actually mouse over their faces to be able to you know, go up and down in the menu, but I guess it doesn't matter too much. Ah, here we go. This is what I was talking about. Now, look at how much money this is going to cost us. 13,000. Yeah. 13,000. That is just incredible amounts of cash right there. But it's necessary. We need to do it. We need to do it. Otherwise, we are going to be, you know, out of luck, you know. I'm going to be recruiting some other people here as well. I like the fact that we can go this way now. I'm actually not entirely sure if you can do that in the base game. I don't know whether you can, but it's cool nevertheless that we are actually able to do that. Now, I am going to be moving a little bit slower than I would like. Oh, traders. Someone told me about traders, by the way. Traders are really, really good. A year of service has passed. Oh, look at that. I've been a mercenary for a year. That's actually insane. I actually didn't even realize that. How old is Barney now, by the way? I should probably check that. He's 43. He's literally 43. Are you joking? Okay, yeah, we're going to need to do something about that. But that's the point. That's the reason why I'm actually trying to earn as much cash as possible as well. Because if I can earn cash, I can just, you know, kind of arrange the marriage, and then I can just force it through straight up, and that's it. And that's what we can do. But unfortunately for me, clearly that is not really working out too well. Now, there is something that we can do with these traders. Someone very kindly told me in the comments that traders have the possibility of providing you with books in their loot. It is somewhat likely that you might get books from traders specifically, and so that's what I'm mostly looking for here. Now, I am going to go into a battle against this guy. I'm not entirely sure if this is actually a good guy to go up against. As you can see, he's got some pretty good troops here, but I'm going to try it nevertheless, okay? We're going to try it, and we're going to see how it goes. Now, one thing we're going to have to be really, really careful of here is actually after the battle. It's not even in the battle that we really need to be so worried. I mean, yeah, we still need to be worried because this is actually kind of hard. But my main concern is after the battle, where there is a nearby lord who is potentially going to be a really, really big headache for us. And so I'm very worried about that. But we're going to see what happens. I barely have any archers as well, so I'm not entirely sure if I should even really be bothered too much about them. But yeah, as you can see, look at this. This is the main issue. Look at these guys. This is literally the main issue right now. The insane amounts of cavalry that this guy has are going to be a huge headache for us, and especially considering I'm actually being somewhat useless right now too. Nice, okay. Not really nice. Only 15 damage, but still. That was a bit better. There we go. That is what we are looking for. Every single day of the week, thank you very much. I mean, obviously, it would be much more useful if we were able to actually get proper amounts of damage. You know, I'm talking about one-hit kills here, but obviously you do need to hit the weak spot. Okay, here we go. Well, somewhat unfortunately for me, I'm actually going to tell my infantry to charge in here. My cavalry seem to be the main source of damage in this particular battle. I say unfortunately because, well, that's the thing. I don't really want to put my infantry in a situation where they're not going to really be that useful. But, oh no, never mind. Never mind. They are actually fighting. I thought they were just standing there doing nothing. Okay, that's great. Because obviously, here's the thing. You do not want your cavalry to go in by themselves. Because if they go in by themselves, it's just going to be, well, they're probably going to just die because they're going to be up against polearms and things like that. But yeah, as you can see, apparently leaving my infantry in that situation was apparently the good play. I don't know. Apparently that really worked out much better than anticipated. But we are absolutely destroying this guy right now. And I can only assume that the reason for that is because he decided to charge his horse archers in, and they seem to not be that effective. So I'm going to assume that maybe the various cavalry that we picked up recently from the nearby village, you know, those guys, they are apparently really strong. Maybe stronger than what the Sturgian guy has. And there you go, that's indeed a victory for us. Look at that, we basically took no casualties. Wow, that is extremely impressive. I am super surprised about this. I never would have expected it, but there you go. 48% mercenary reputation. We've got a load of people that we can take prisoner, and we can obviously sell them. Hopefully we're going to be getting more roguery skill from that. Hopefully we're going to be getting more cash from that as well. And let's just take all of the prisoners. I can actually take all of them. And we got a good amount of charm skill too for letting that guy go. So we're now almost at 50 charm. Obviously we don't really need a huge amount of charm, is it? No, we don't really need a massive amount. But it's kind of useful to have it, you know? It's kind of useful to have it sometimes. Anyway, autosave's going to come in. Alright, so now the problem arises as when we have to now deal with this guy, and I don't know what he's all about. That's the thing, because of the new mods, I don't understand who any of these units are. I don't know whether they're any good. I guess we'll search them up and we'll actually have a look. These guys? Yeah, no, they're not looking particularly fantastic. They are literally infantry. This should be pretty easy, right? Shouldn't it? Shouldn't this be pretty easy? I'm a little bit worried here. I'm a bit worried. I don't want to... Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have leveled up first. Oh, yeah. I'm just going to actually say... I'm just going to leave real fast. Okay. That is such a funny thing that you can do. You can literally just go like, yes, I must beg my leave. Because obviously if the guy is busy and he's going somewhere else, he's probably not going to be very interested in fighting you. And as a result, you can actually just leave freely, however you so desire. But if, on the other hand, he wants to attack you, then you're going to have a bit more problems. Yeah, he's probably going to try to prevent you from doing anything in that case. But anyway, let's just actually tell our forces to charge, well, not charge, but we're going to auto-delegate our cavalry like we did before. And we're going to try to use this rock. This rock is actually a really nice position for our cavalry, because they're actually going to be able to defend themselves really dramatically from any kind of high ground attack from the horse archers, because they are probably going to try to use this rock to go around it and use it as some kind of cover from flanks and things like that. But you know, we can actually do that ourselves and maybe use it against them a little bit. Who knows? But one thing we got to do... Oh yeah, okay, so my cavalry is going into this... Okay, I'm not entirely sure. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to tell my infantry to go into an auto-delegate here, because I'm a bit worried about this. I'm getting hit as well. Oh yeah, someone actually recommended that I go for a full helmet, a full cover helmet, because if I don't, then the AI does have the possibility of hitting your face and getting an insta-kill, and that's obviously something that I'd like to try and avoid. So if I can, I will try to find a full helmet, but that's going to be maybe a little bit difficult. Not sure if that's really going to work, but we'll try and see whether we can find it. Because we have so much cash right now, we might as well use it to upgrade ourselves, because again, armor I've seen is extremely impressive and very useful, and has a much bigger impact on how effective your character is going to be in an RBM universe, you know. Basically, if you have RBM installed, the most important thing to do is getting better armor. And it's super funny because it's just like, well, you need money for that, don't you? You need money for that. So that's kind of the reason also why I was doing so much trading earlier, because it's literally just like, well, you need you need the cash to be able to buy that armor. And it's funnily enough, we didn't even need that much, you know? We didn't even need that much money, but I assumed that the prices, you know, of armor were going to be relatively similar to what it is in the base game, but I probably should not have just assumed that, you know, because let's face it, BannerKings does change a large amount of stuff, and it's it would have been very likely for me to just assume that there is another bunch of changes that I'm unaware of, and in this case, yes, that is indeed true. I am very much unaware of the fact that they have changed things, you know, a pretty dramatic amount in regards to armor prices. Because obviously, as you could no doubt tell, there were a lot of things that we could buy that were really cheap, actually, really cheap. And so you can also get your, you know, you can also get your companions kitted out and some pretty good stuff too. So that's also something to bear in mind. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of my low tier enemies here, just so that I can take as many high tier as possible, because that's what I really want to get. And we are otherwise... yeah, that's a little bit of a problem, isn't it? Okay, I'm over the prisoner limit, but I'm hopeful that maybe my medic is going to do a good job. It's going to take me quite some time to get over to Epicrotia, but hopefully I'll be able to get over there without any kind of annoyances. And you can see here that we're gaining so much cash from the mercenary contract now. Obviously, as you might expect, we've experienced this time and time again in the past, where becoming a mercenary is literally one of the best ways of gaining cash, especially if you can eliminate a lot of high-value targets without too much, shall we say, without too much danger to yourself. That really makes a huge difference. Anyway, 7,400 from that. No roguery skill. No roguery skill level up at all. Very surprising always that we don't really get that much from it. But anyway, it doesn't really matter too much. Gonna sell all the limestone here. Gonna decrease range damage taken. Doesn't really matter to me too much. Gonna sell this stuff. They have a load of cash right now, so I might as well just sell absolutely every single thing that we have that is actually selling for a decent amount here, or an above average amount at least. I'm not really looking for the pinnacle of, you know, the pinnacle of trade goods right now. All I'm looking for is just a good standard amount of cash. Like, for example, look at these helmets right here. These helmets are literally just things that I just randomly picked up, and they are so good. It's actually hilarious. Look at that. I'm going to actually give this to this guy, because he's actually using a much better one now. And let me see here. Okay, rough iron braces. I think these are actually... they're slightly better than what I have, but I'm going to give them to Zuera here. Let me see what else she can wear. Yeah, because she's obviously... Yeah, there we go. That's much better for her. Very nice, very nice. Okay, and she's obviously wearing a pretty terrible cape. So it wouldn't be bad if we were to get her something good here. No? Really? No capes? Okay, some really bad capes apparently are available in my inventory at the moment. And bear in mind that we do actually have 19,000 carry capacity, so there's actually no need for me to buy any of the mules and, you know, saddle horses and so on and so forth. We've got a lot of stuff like that. So yeah, otherwise, let me see. Is there anything else that I really want to go for here? Nope. 50,000 now. 54,000. Absolute insanity, isn't it? Just absolute insanity. And how are we doing in terms of harnesses for our horses? Absolutely fine. We can sell a bunch of those because they're quite weighty. They're not that weighty. They are, you know, about 9 whatever value it is. And the rest of the stuff here, well, I do want to buy actual horses so that we can move faster, but I'm not entirely sure if that's really going to make a huge difference. Let's actually see. Seems to me like it doesn't actually increase our speed, and instead it actually decreases it. So 54,000 is going to be our reward for that. Look at that, 262,000 now. 262,000, what an insane amount of cash right there. And what's really cool is that I can now go back down to Diapolis, and I might be able to get even more of those noble cavalry. And if I can do that, we are going to be in a great position if they've actually refreshed their recruits. No, that's not the right village. Which one is it? Is it this one? Oh no, I've lost it. I've lost which village it is. Is it this one? It's not that one, right? Surely it's not that one. Oh no, all I remember is that it was something over here. Oh dear. I think it's probably Gaimos, isn't it? That's probably it. Yeah, yeah, that seems to be the case. Alright, so unfortunately it looks as though none of the villages in the area actually have any noble troops, which is a bit weird. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that, but oh well, never mind. Anyway, what we can do here is we're on the career screen, and I have 255 career points. I have no idea whether this is actually any good, but as you see here, no privileges yet. Acquire career points through service time and merit. Request privileges by spending these points. So let me request, and let me see. Increased pay. A mercenary levy. Establish a mercenary levy. Tier 3 troop for your company. A custom troop is designatable and will only be available, or designable? I guess designable, and will only be available for your clan in towns of the kingdom associated with the career they were designed. Okay, so as you can quite clearly tell, you can also get other things. Like, for example, you can get a workshop grant. You can get to be a mercenary professional. You can, you know, be granted a full peerage, for example. Your clan must not have a peerage that allows all peer privileges. So you can basically go for all this stuff too. I'm going to actually go for increased pay. There we go. Has acquired the increased pay privilege. And it is, and that actually reduced my career points by 150 or something like that, or 200. I don't actually know. It doesn't really matter to me, because all I really want to do is try to increase the amount of money that we're going to get from this, because as I said, our main goal is to get married, is to get a spouse as fast as we possibly can. Obviously, doing that is a little bit easier said than done. And being able to get a large amount of cash is the way to do it. And, well, how do we do that with the exception of just, you know, fighting things all the time? Well, you know, getting more money from the mercenary contract is probably going to be a pretty decent way to go, or at least in my opinion. Anyway, so we're just going to attack here. We're just going to go in for the auto-resolve. Going to take a couple of casualties, but that's absolutely fine. I don't really mind too much about that, because what we're mostly doing it for is the influence, of course. The influence, the renown gain, all that wonderful stuff. And we can also just, you know, recruit more people and then just head onward. And the greatest thing about attacking caravans is that they provide you with insane amounts of trade goods. And then these trade goods can literally just be sold for free, basically. You're not investing anything, which is the amazing thing here. You're not investing anything at all. And you can literally just sell all this stuff for pretty much nothing, right? I mean, literally, you haven't bought them. You haven't spent any cash to do so. And if you find a really, really good place to sell this stuff, obviously this is not a particularly good place to sell it, but if you do find a good place to sell it, you're going to be making so much money, it's just not even going to be funny. And you can also sell your, you know, sell your prisoners here too, obviously. But yeah, otherwise, if I could find a task, that would be kind of cool too, but tasks are maybe not even really necessary now. I'm actually kind of a bit, I don't know, I'm kind of wondering what what tasks are really going to be super, super useful for me at this point, because as we've seen, it feels to me like the only thing that is really going to be super, super impactful is fighting enemy vassals and fighting caravans, of course, to get some of their trade goods. That sort of stuff is probably going to be the thing that we really want to go for. Okay, so as you can see, look at this. The available workforce, 138. We have 68. So it just turns out that we actually do need more prisoners, apparently, which is pretty crazy, all things considered. Let me actually go over to my other village as well and actually have a look at what's going on there, because I did tell them to expand but I think there is a bit of an issue with that. Oh, no, there we go. It is actually working. Okay, so that's got 38. Okay, that has 38, and the available workforce is 43. Well, that's absolutely fine, I guess. All right. And can we do anything with these guys? No, we cannot. Yeah, I was kind of hoping that we could get some more noble troops. I'm not entirely sure what the rule behind noble troops is now, because I thought that it was relatively similar to the base game, where it was kind of like a village tied to a castle. But I also realized that as I was walking around, it doesn't actually appear to be the case, because some of the villages that I've gone to in the past, they were tied to a castle, and they don't actually provide you with noble troops every single time. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that, but yeah, I don't know whether it really matters. Does it really matter? I don't know. I guess it does to a certain degree, but otherwise we are doing very, very nicely indeed. Just going to sell all the iron ore here that I have. I'm just going to basically sell a lot of things here. I'm just going to offload a lot of things because I primarily just want to get to 225 in trade. I think there's actually a really, really good thing at 225 trade, or is that... oh, no. Actually, it's just that. Okay, never mind. Never mind. It's not actually something that I was thinking was going to be super good. But this, on the other hand, this is something that I should have had this entire time, but I was way too slow to level up charm skill. But this is amazing. This directly ties into how much cash you gain as a mercenary. And it's certainly one of the better perks in the game, just purely because you can get it super, super early on. And if you're a mercenary, as I said, it directly ties into that, because the more influence you gain, the more money you're going to get. So basically that. It's pretty amazing. Okay, so as you can see here, my polearm skill seems to actually not be leveling up because I only have 3 focus points in it. So it seems like I'm going to have to put another focus point in it, which I got to say I'm kind of not that pleased about, to be honest. Have we actually learned? Yes, there you go. We have learnt the Nahawazi language, and we are now fluent. And we have a language limit of 3. Can I choose another language? No, I cannot. Okay, so that means that I need to find another companion that maybe speaks something different. I'm not entirely sure what the Western Empire does, but yeah, well, whatever the case, let's actually have a look here, because I wouldn't mind taking a look and seeing what else we can do in regards to a lifestyle. Because as you see here, select a lifestyle you'd like to adopt even. Picking a lifestyle will undo the progress of the lifestyle you're currently learning. Oh, okay. So, wait a minute. It says 100% progress. Okay. Oh. Oh, okay. Right. Okay. So basically, I didn't understand this before. But now I do. All right, okay. So basically, whenever you have a focus point, you can go to this tab in your character menu, and then you can click Invest Focus, and it will place a focus here, and that's actually going to provide you with some kind of benefit. That actually makes a huge amount of sense, as well as this fact right here. Current progress in this stage. Once progress hits 100% and you have the necessary skill threshold, you can invest your next focus point in exchange for the next lifestyle perk. So instead of investing another focus point, you'd get this, which is another lifestyle perk, and you can see here, yeah, you can see all this stuff. Now, I'm gonna say it right now. I think that this is a really, really good system, but I think that Caravania is basically pointless for me right now. So what I'm thinking of doing is actually changing my my focus to something like Outlaw or Mercenary or something like that. I'm thinking Outlaw right now because I am primarily focusing on scouting, and I think Roguery skill would be amazing to focus on too. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we've adopted this. Bandit troops are 10% faster on the map. What? Why? I guess if we were wanting to use bandits. Randomly lose relations with heroes that disapprove of criminality when leaving dialogue. Oh, wow. And what do we get for it? 30% better deals ransoming lords. Decrease the duration of the disorganized state after breaking sieges and raids by 30%. That can be very, very powerful. Bandit troops in your party yield influence. Okay, so basically... Okay, let me see what the mercenary lifestyle is. Influence is 20% more profitable as mercenary. Yeah. While serving as a mercenary, gain the ability to recruit from local minor factions in towns, and recruiting mercenary troops is 10% faster, or easier even, cheaper, yeah. Killing enemies provides 10% more share battle contribution. Raiding villages is 15% faster. Yeah, look at this. Yeah. This is absolutely insane. Probably should have been doing this all the time. The mercenary lifestyle is much, much better for us specifically, and I no longer have to worry about the speed bonus deficit either, but we have Strider available, as you can see. Is that going to change now? Because at the moment, as you see here, I have started as the robbed caravaneer, and hopefully that's going to change. Let's see here, what else do we have? +5 battle morale against bandit parties. No. Party size limit. I guess I'll go for that. These are terrible perks, by the way. Absolutely terrible. Oh, and there's the autosave. Of course. Alright, so I've just changed my culture to the Calradia culture, or the Calradoi? I don't even know, but yeah, basically I just went to personal, assume culture, and then selected Calradoi right there. And then we can also select this stuff too, so we can even request a council position, request full peerage as well, request the recognition of your family as a full peer of the realm. A full peer does not have legal restrictions on voting, starting elections, and so on. Mercenaries cannot request peerage, and you don't have enough influence, of course. Aha! Look at that. We got another caravan. Just going to go straight on in there. Super nice and easy. Very, very quick to eliminate. Mostly because these guys were moving so slowly because they were overburdened by a massive amount of goods. And I think that's actually one of the secrets that we've got to take advantage of a little bit more often. If you see a caravan that's moving really slowly, it's most likely because they have a huge amount of goods, and in which case you can plunder those goods and make off with them. And that's going to be great. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.